Hello, this is Mad Cat, the angry egalitarian that discusses this and that. Today we're looking at some potential corruption on Twitter. And just remember, feminists, we're smarter than you. So we can figure out when you're up to something. All right, so we're dealing with an issue right now, and I'm going to try to sort of show you this. Oh, let's go ahead and mute that. Alrighty. So the basic problem is that there's a hashtag war going on. However, I think that this war is being done unfairly. I don't even know what that post is. We're going to mark this as spam. Okay. So, as you can see, I follow the Women Against Feminism tag on my tweet deck. Now, there's a controversy right now that whenever you want to post to Women Against Feminism tag, it deters you from doing it. So let's first see what this problem is, and then we'll try to explore it a little more and see if we can understand why this is happening. We won't, but we'll try. All right, so as you can see, whenever I type in hashtag women, we see a couple of things load up. And the first thing we see is SIM at the end. 3 options down, we see ISM. Okay, so that would mean then that Women Against Feminism not only is trending right now, but has been for a little bit of time. It's not something that just happens all of a sudden. It's something that kind of builds up to this. So but if in order for it to be in the top spot, it would have to be trending a lot more than ISM. So let's go ahead and keep typing it out. So this still shows that SIM is still on top, even though I've typed it out more. So this would tell us that this tells us that SIM is trending a lot more, as I previously stated. Okay, let's take this is on TweetDeck though. So one could say, oh, well, this is not actually Twitter, even though it is. So let's take a look at Twitter itself. Okay, so if I want to post on that, let's do it. Okay, so yeah, there is a distinctive difference here, because when we did it on TweetDeck, our third option was the correct spelling. But now we're seeing it not even show up at all. Well, okay, maybe if we type it in a little bit further. Well, now we've typed it in much further, and in the last, it was down to 2 options. Of course, that was TweetDeck, which is controlled by Twitter, but this is Twitter itself, and it doesn't give us the option at all. Now, the only time it would do this is if the regular spelling is not used enough, and would have to trend where it's not being used enough. But let's go ahead and type in as much as we can until we actually get the option. Let's see how far it takes us before it gives us the option for the correct spelling. You see there? Once I put in where the misspell happens, it then gives me the correct option. But I take away that I, it immediately goes for the misspelling. Again, you know, it should be giving me both options at the very least, like TweetDeck did. But this is Twitter, and Twitter should be giving me both options. It's not, which tells me that Twitter considers this hashtag to not be trending as well as this hashtag. But do the numbers back that up? So I checked out 2 different tracking sites. By the way, this is the video. My computer's doing something weird, so I have to kind of check on this every now and then. If you're watching me, go check out the Honey Badgers. They're doing Quentin Tarantino films. But if you're still checking me out, so here we go. This is the impressions and reach for the hashtag for the SIM. Okay, that is what I searched here, and this is my results. Now, so we got post. It takes a look at the last 500, and then users. I guess how many people used it. I guess reach. We've got reach and impressions, and let me read this real quick so you can understand this. Let me get better audio here. Reach is the number of unique followers that a user has, and so the unique people that a tweet could potentially get to, while impressions takes into account the number of times a user posts, and so how many times followers would see these posts. For example, if you have 500 followers and tweet 2 times, your reach is 500, but your impression is 1,000 because those 500 unique people saw it twice. So with 392 users, there was nearly 500,000 that were reached and about 693, so nearly 700,000 impressions. Okay, so let's take a look at the correct spelling. As you can see, ISM. 335, nearly 400, well, about 380,000, and 585,000. So you could be saying, well, those are distinct enough numbers there that that might make an impact. However, I've done the math on this. Oh, sure, now it's giving me problems. Okay, so I'm kind of doing this on memory here, but I'm sure someone can go back and do the math properly. So the difference between the number of users is about 16%. The difference between the reach is about 30%. That's actually sizable. However, the impressions, I believe, is about 19%. So about 20% difference. Now, what's interesting here is the number of impressions per reach. For the correct spelling, this is about 1.5, but for the incorrect spelling is about 1.3. So that means that the correct spelling gets more impressions per reach than the incorrect spelling. So within the last 500 tweets, there has been more for SIM. Versus ISM. So it could explain the behavior that we see for this right here. Okay, so that would be acceptable based on what we're seeing with that. However, it wouldn't explain what we're seeing here, that it doesn't even give us the second option until we basically type out the entire thing. But let's take a look. So this is only one thing. So let's take a look at a second. Do a quick check here. Okay. So in orange, we have the correct spelling. In blue, we have the incorrect spelling. So at the beginning of May, starting with May 2nd, this tag didn't even exist, the SIM, but with ism, it did. And it seemed to be going in a cycle a little bit. We'd have to look over a longer range to know if that were true or not. So about the 19th of May, did we start seeing this to start trending. Now, as far as this being forced as an option, I've been seeing it for about a week now. This isn't something brand new. This has been going on for about a week. So I'm going to say about, let me see the calendar, May 25th is when it started to really take place. And this is actually consistent because if we see May 25th here, sorry, this is being wonky. Okay, so May 25th, it started to pick up to a point where it started to overshadow the correct spelling, and has again done so, and very well could again, forcing the option. Now, given the history of the correct spelling, ooh, look, that's Hannah's tweet right there. That's cool. Okay, so given the correct spelling of the tweet and its long history, it should be appearing in the #1 spot. And even on the few occasions that the incorrect spelling has peaked, we shouldn't be seeing the results that we are on TweetDeck. It should be reversed. But even if you wanted to say that the incorrect spelling has had enough of an impact to warrant that, which there would be an argument for, it doesn't explain Twitter itself. Twitter should not be experiencing this behavior. Take TweetDeck out of the equation. Twitter is doing something that it's not supposed to be doing. I mean, look at this. The incorrect spelling, yeah, it's doing very well. But the correct spelling is also doing pretty well. Yes, the incorrect spelling is doing even better, but it's still comparable, at least a maximum of 30% better. It's not to a greater effect. If it was 60% better, you would have an argument. But even then, it had to build up over a span of about 2 weeks. But we shouldn't be seeing the problem that we are, which to me points to one problem. Twitter is fucking shit up. There's something in the programming that is doing this. This isn't like a massive campaign on Twitter by its users to do this. Twitter is fucking up. Twitter is changing things. I mean, this is supported by the fact that Twitter has employed Wham to look at the harassment. The fact that Judgy Bitch got blocked on Twitter and had to create a new account and hasn't been rectified yet. The fact that people can get banned that go up against feminists. This is corruption within Twitter itself. Now, I don't really have any proof that that's happening, but the fact that this specific thing is happening, I mean, given what we're seeing in these charts right here, at the very least, the behavior that we should be seeing here should be the same that we're seeing in TweetDeck. However, we're not seeing that, which tells me that somehow the programming is disregarding the other hashtag. It is completely disregarding the other hashtag. And you know what? Let's Women in STEM. Let's go ahead and add this here. Oh, you know what? By all rights, it should be doing better than. And here we go. Wow, this is quite interesting to look at. Women in STEM should be the first thing that populates when you type in hashtag women. For the most part, it does better than both of them combined. There are a few occasions, especially at the beginning of the month of May, it was doing better. But by the end of May, it's doing better than both of them consistently. And yet it is this hashtag that is being seen. That Women Against Feminsim is doing better than Women in STEM. This shouldn't be happening. It is doing so much better. And only one occasion has it done potentially worse than this misspelled hashtag. Without going into the actual programming itself, it's hard to argue with this results. And in fact, it makes sense why Women in STEM is appearing higher than the correct spelling of feminism. Women Against Feminism. Women in STEM should be doing better. However, Women in STEM should be doing better than this. I mean, I don't know what more I can do to point out this corruption, but here you go. Here you fucking go. Twitter, what the fuck are you doing? You're helping the feminists, which only tells me one of two things. Either you're white knighting for them, which they're going to betray you the first chance they get, or you are feminist. That you are a feminist-run organization. Either way, this is not going to end well for you. So, Twitter, I want you to answer for this. What the fuck is going on? What are you doing to cause this? Because this is a different website, and it's telling us that this hashtag that you're forcing on people, which is an issue of the First Amendment right. You are trying to curtail freedom of speech. You're trying to prevent freedom of speech. You are breaking one of the core tenets of American society. And actually, first world societies give some version of freedom of speech. And you're trying to blockade that because of feminism. So Twitter, I call you out to answer for this. What the fuck is going on? I want you to fix this. Because hey, if this blue line was like in the thousands consistently and this orange line pretty much stayed where it's at, I couldn't argue with you. But this shouldn't be happening. It shouldn't. And it is. Which tells me, Twitter, you're behind this. So anyways, I'm going to sign off here. I leave the challenge open to Twitter to go ahead and explain to me why this is happening. I mean, it's not even appearing in this list until I have to type in the final I in this word, the correct spelling for it to finally appear. It should be showing up in this list. It should be. Anyways, that does it for me. I'm Mad Cat signing out.